friend. We are excited to help you discover your new look. My name is Shanidra Matthews and I started Amara 2 Classy Boutique to help women find classy and chic items for all sizes. It's not like the store experience. If we don't have your size, you can go on our website and purchase your size in your favorite outfit.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone. This is your girl, Shanidra.
Hello, everyone.
With Beyond the Cover. Yes, where you will discover exactly what it is and what it's going to be. But as you can see, we are on Let's Dig Deep. And my friend, the title that we will begin is Stop Complaining and Blaming and Naming and Defaming. Yes, stop trying to impress for less. But I'm about to bless, not stress you in your mess. I'm about to show you this video to help you on your own. Here we go.
You don't like where you are? Change something. You don't like your body? Change something. You don't like being in debt? Change something. You don't like your job? Change it. Do something about it. You don't like how miserable you are all the time? Change something. Complaining about your situation is not going to change your situation. No one is coming to save you. There's a reason why Einstein labeled the definition of insanity as doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different result. Nothing will change until you change something. Nothing in your life will improve until you get off your pity potty and improve it yourself. How can it? Seriously, how do you expect anything will change if you don't change anything? 2 + 2 always equals 4. If you want to get to 5, you're going to have to change a number. It's law. It's common sense. You want change? Change something. You want better in your life? Sorry to bring the bad news, but it's you and you alone that is going to have to be better. But that's also the good news, because you are in control. You're in control of how you feel. And you're in control over the improvement that your future can see. If you make daily changes, daily improvements to make your life better, it really is all up to you. Tolstoy once said, "Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself." And that's just it, isn't it? You can't change the world until you change yourself. You can't have better relationships until you are better in relationships. You can't have a better body or health until you make the changes that make them better. You have to take radical and absolute responsibility for everything in your life. Own it all. Another way of saying it would be, everyone wants change, but no one is willing to start with themselves. And that is the only place that will bring change. Be brave enough to look at everything you don't like about your life. Not for pity, but with pride. Knowing exactly where you're headed. Knowing that you're going to make the changes needed to take your life where you want to take it. Knowing that it's all on you and you wouldn't have it any other way. Step back and take a look at your life, as if from a bird's eye view, as if it were someone else's life. Then, pretend you're a wise mentor. What do you need to change now so that you can create the future you that you really want to be? What are the big decisions you must make now so you can live with pride tomorrow? Make those changes.
So, that's for the title. The title of today is, again, Stop Complaining and Blaming. As he said on the video, you have to let go and let God. You can't keep trying to hide and deny and lie. You have to face the facts. You have to face reality. And the reality is, you need to stop complaining and blaming everybody else instead of looking at yourself. You have to start looking at you, because you have nobody to look at for where you ended up at but you. Even if you had nothing to do with it. Even if you think that it shouldn't have happened to you. I mean, I've been through some stuff that I know I didn't cause myself to go through. But it helped build me, literally. I've learned how to forgive. I've learned how to literally heal. I learned what it actually means to be delivered from. I don't think I'm fully delivered. Let me make that very clear, because I mean, I know there's a lot of things that, God has delivered me from that I wasn't even aware that I needed to be delivered from. I didn't even know it was in me. But God helped me to see me, the reality of me, not what I want to believe of myself, but the reality of myself. I couldn't look at nobody else, because when we go up there, we're going up there by ourselves. So we could say such and much and what the what. We could say all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, he's going to say, why did you do this? You don't have nothing. You need to have self-control. He gave you self-control. He showed you the way through Yahweh. Yahweh went through everything. I don't want to go through half of the stuff. But we all got to pick up our cross. There's a cost to wear the cross. And we all want the title of a boss. But you got to take some losses to be some bosses. But as we know, for sure, we're going to go into the Word. We need to get into the Word. Not that you heard, but get into the Word. Now, today's word will come from the book of Philippians. Philippians, my friend. Philippians, the second chapter, starting at the 12th verse. Because again, the title is Stop Complaining and Blaming. So, God is in control. He's saying, let go. But again, Philippians, the second chapter, starting at the 12th verse. Now, therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose. So it is God. We need God. Hello. We need God to take on this ride and to guide us. He has never denied us, so we need God on this journey to fulfill our purpose. He never gives us more than we can bear. When we are weak, he is strong. Now, when you know that you belong, you know who to hold on to. You know who to hold on to, who you belong to. So, God said, do everything without grumbling or arguing. so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God, without fault, in a warped and crooked generation. And we are in a warped and crooked generation. A warped, delusional. Nobody's in tune with reality. It's all about self and nobody else. Oh, look at me, 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 me. That's all we want to see is me. Oh, woe me, everybody's victim and delusional. We cannot be in tune with reality because it's all about me. Oh, and did you see me? And it's about me and me and me. And I blame everybody else because you need to focus on me. And that's not how it's supposed to be, literally. So, we are children of God without fault in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky. As you hold firmly to the word of life, as I'm giving it to you right now, the word of life to save your life, because you have to be in Christ. Now, and then I will be able to boast on the day of Christ that I did not run or labor in vain. But even if I am being poured out like a drink offering on the sacrifice and service coming from your faith, I am glad and rejoice with all of you. So you too should be glad and rejoice with me. So as you can see, we literally need who? We can't go on this ride and push God to the side. You can keep trying to hide and deny God, but you can't hide from God. Jonah already tried it. He already tried it. He went the opposite way. Then God told him to. He tried to hide. He told him to go to Nineveh. He went the opposite way, the total opposite way, thinking he can just disobey God and God is not going to see. God sees all things. He's the King of all kings. Period. So you can have some self-control. You can't go on acting as a child. When you was a child, you acted as a child. Now that you are adult, we should be able to take accountability for our own actions. We cannot continue to be victims. We cannot continue, woe me, or we cannot continue to see me and watch me and it's about me and oh, me and me and me and me. God said, no. That's out of control. That's delusional. But he will show you where that comes from. When you need that much attention, you have some abandonment. He had to show me stuff like that. You have abandonment issues. Somewhere in your life, you felt abandoned. So now you just have to have attention. Now it has to be about you because you didn't get that attention. So now you're not in tune with reality because you're so stuck in your head instead and thinking that it's all about you. And everybody got to cater to you. But that's not what God told you to do. He never said that. You never read that. Now you are his prized possession. But you also have to be taught a lesson to get these blessings. You don't have to be stressing. It's just a lesson. So you could pass the test. Just like school. Anything that you go through is a test. But the test is for your testimony. But if you don't see it as that and you, oh, why is this happening to me? And this should not be happening to me. It's about me. And oh man, I never did this and I never, you did. Either as a kid or whatever. But you planted that seed. Now that seed has sprouted up. And you got to face your stuff. And again, my friend, just because you didn't do nothing, because there's a lot of things that I felt like, Lord, how is this happening to me? I have literally done everything right. But, try to follow, laws and everything, try to have self-control, all of that. But just like Joseph, God was going to make him ruler. And he did. But he told him as a kid that that's what was going to happen. People was going to bow down to him. He told him as a kid. So, as a kid, you're excited. You've been told your calling and all of this. So you're like, yay, woo, I'm free today. I'm a child of God. And da-da-da-da-da. But then all these things keep hitting at you. Nobody likes you. You're unwanted on this earth. And, you don't fit in, You're an outcast. Everybody hates you because you have this goal that you didn't even ask for. You never asked for it. So, God is trying to let you know. It doesn't matter how the story goes. Just know that you have to have self-control. No matter what situation you are placed in. See, and God was with Joseph. God was with David. That's what built David's faith to beat Goliath. So any giant that came his way, he already knew. He already knew. He already had faith in who? God. He never denied God. He was the apple of God's eye. David was. And look at what David did. So I'm trying to help you have some self-control. Stop complaining and blaming everything on everybody else instead of looking at yourself. Joseph went to jail. He got lied on, blamed, that they defamed his name and blamed everything on him. When it was really them. But he stayed the path. And he lasted. And God was with him through it all. So he did not fall. And he rised above it all. They didn't even recognize him. Just like the blind man, they couldn't even understand. If he was blind from birth, how in the heck can he see now? But he has been found. But that was all part of God's purpose. If you read what we said in the word, it says, as you hold firmly to the word of life. And then I will be able to boast on the day of Christ that I did not run or labor in vain. Otherwise, you're laboring in vain because you're trying to get the fame. You're trying to take his glory for your story. So on today, as I always say, we must pray and obey the Almighty. We must do it Yahweh so we don't have to hit the highway. I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed Thanksgiving. I will be back on here on Thanksgiving because I'm going to be consistent in doing what my Father has me to do. But just like you, I'll be giving thanks. I always give thanks every day that I wake up. Thanking him for allowing me to be able to see, walk, talk, breathe, move here, and breathe. But on tonight, I just want you to see that it was meant to be. He predestined you. He preordained you. You are tougher than you think. All these battles that I went through, I'm like, dang. But I know I could not fight this on my own. I know it took God to be with me. I know it took God to fix me, to deliver me. So I want everybody to see and be who they are destined to be. Have a blessed night.